Welcome to Talkin Tigers. I'm Rachel Whittaker. Well, I thought we'd have a game to talk about today, but lightning at Tiger Stadium put a dent in LSU's game against McNeese. So now the season opener is an SEC game, Saturday at Mississippi State. So let's dive into the matchup right now with LSU beat writer Randy Rosetta. Randy, nice to see you.
Hey Rachel, how's it going?
Oh, doing well. Well, LSU has not lost in Starkville since 1999, but the Bulldogs would love nothing more than to beat the Tigers for a second straight year, and they've still got Dak Prescott, who had 300 total yards at Southern Miss to open their year, so this will be a tough test for the LSU defense right away, don't you think?
Well, yeah. Now, I don't think it's as challenging for the defense as it's going to be, at least early on, for the offense and Brandon Harris. The defense, I would imagine there's been a lot of watching Dak Prescott, maybe even back since last September. There's a lot of pride involved when a guy goes off on you like he did last year, especially some of the guys that know him. He's from Houghton, Louisiana, obviously, so he's an in-state kid. He really exposed LSU and, to me, kind of gave other teams a recipe for how to attack that defense last year. Now, there's a lot of guys back on that defense. There's a new defensive coordinator. There's a new defensive line coach. And I would imagine that, especially in this game, there's going to be a ramped-up attitude to not let him get loose.
Right, most definitely. And Dak actually grew up 15 miles from Brandon Harris. So the sophomore will not get one game before SEC play this season in order to get his feet wet, so to speak, but I'm not sure that it would affect his composure too much going into a game on the road, similar to the situation he started in last year, of course, meaning the location and the SEC opponents. So what do you think, Randy?
I think that he's grown up a lot since last year. I think that everybody expected him to be Superman as soon as he stepped on the field as a starter last year. He wasn't ready. I think he expected to be Superman. I think he's a very confident kid, and I think that took him down a few notches. And ever since then, I think he's kind of realized that you have to step back, that everything you do on Saturday begins with what you do during the week. Cam Cameron is kind of in the spotlight this week. We'll see now, is everything he done with Brandon Harris to get him ready, has it been effective? Because this really should just be a refresher course between the two of them.
They've talked all summer about how his maturity has grown and his techniques on the field, so he'll get a real taste of his second season in the SEC. And finally, Randy, real quick, we'll never know if LSU's game against McNeese not being played would necessarily affect their standings, but if they end up, though, in the playoff discussion, I'm wondering how one less game on their schedule would affect them. I don't think it would have been too big of a deal. What do you think?
No, I don't think so at all. I think all it would look, the record would look a little bit different is all. And you know, you hear people use a cliche all the time. In the NFL, 9-7 looks better than 8-8. Maybe 12-1 looks a little bit better than 11-1. But if LSU's in that discussion, like you said, that means they would have at least won the SEC West, if not won the outright SEC championship. And I would think the people, the computers that are involved, are going to look a lot more closely at wins against Auburn and Alabama and Arkansas than a win against McNeese State. I don't think now a loss against McNeese State could have been potentially devastating. We won't know. I don't think that would have happened, but that's not going to be a factor either.
Right, predictions for LSU all over the map going into this season, and we'll get a first taste of the Tigers finally coming up on Saturday. And everybody, don't forget to catch Randy on Tiger Topics with Randy Rosetta coming up on NOLA.com each and every week. Randy, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me, Rachel. See you soon.
And we'll have much more about the SEC's upcoming week all week long. Thanks for watching.